And a lot about the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni and the other way around drama. So last week was crazy, and everyone was talking about the bombshell letter from Brian Friedman and the fact that Blake Lively allegedly blackmailed Taylor Swift into supporting her, trying to get her to support her, and she threatened to leak her text messages, their private text messages, if she didn't. And also she demanded, allegedly, that Taylor Swift should delete all the texts between them from like September, October. Since then, Blake Lively's been out and about. She's gone to some events. She's been out with her new bestie, Salma Hayek. Everything Blake Lively is doing right now is trying to convince us that she's happy and she's doing fine and she's popular and she's loved. But the fact is, I think everyone around her that are involved in this legal dispute, including her lawyers, her publicists, and everyone, are freaking out because they're seeing where this is going. And especially with the news about Taylor Swift, because now even magazines like People that were definitely pro Blake Lively before are now starting to turn. The articles that they posted last week, which I talked about a lot, were definitely not the types of articles that People magazine have been writing before. Anyways, so I got a lot of people sending me this link to a Reddit post, and I wanted to talk about it because I think it's really important to keep certain things in mind here. Someone pointed out to me that this Reddit thread is definitely posted and pushed by Blake Lively's team. And when you look at it, I'm sure it is. So here is the post that's been pushed and has everyone up in arms on social media this weekend. It is a post, an email sent from Melissa Nathan to Jennifer Abel. Melissa Nathan was the crisis manager or the crisis PR team that Justin Baldoni hired when he started feeling that things were turning against him and he freaked out. And this email was sent from Melissa Nathan to Jennifer Abel, who was Justin Baldoni's publicist. In this email, Melissa Nathan is explaining to Jennifer Abel all the things that they can do as a crisis management team to get control over the situation. Because at this point, you have to remember that Blake Lively was already threatening Justin Baldoni. He received a letter, a statement written by what we now think is probably most likely Ryan Reynolds, where he's supposed to come out in the press and take all responsibility and the blame for the backlash of the PR campaign for It Ends With Us. He was supposed to sign this. Remember, It Ends With Us was a troubled production, which we take full accountability for. We are very sorry to everyone we caused upset, to privately and publicly. Blake Lively, Colin Hoover, the entire cast and crew led with professionalism every step of the way. Any negativity aimed at them is ours to own. This is what they wanted them to sign. Remember this when I continue reading that email between Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel. Then this statement continued to say, we mutually agreed that the cast would be promoting the film separately and understood why. We've always said we are not perfect, and even if unintentionally make mistakes, we will always own them. So this alleged statement continued to say what Wayfair was supposed to say in a statement to the press publicly. We hold ourselves accountable. It's not anyone's job, but ours. And that's part of being man enough. They used him again, his words against him, as they've done so many times from his podcast, Man Enough. Okay, so keep this in mind. This is the statement that Blake Lively's team wanted Justin Baldoni and his team to publish in the press. At this time, he was obviously freaking out. And I don't know, as I said, I don't know if Justin Baldoni, he wasn't even CC'd in this email between Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan, but they were here. This is like a pitch from Melissa Nathan with a quote of how much it's going to cost them to do crisis management for them. One quote is $175,000, and this will be a 3 to 4 month period and includes websites, full Reddit, full social accounts takedown, full social crisis team at hand for anything. Engage with audience in the right way. Start threads of theories to discuss. This is the way to be fully 100% protected. And they say all of this will be most importantly untraceable. That's kind of funny since this email is now traceable. But anyways, this is what crisis PR team does. Okay. If it's ethical, no, it's not ethical. But was Blake Lively's team doing the exact same thing? Yes. So remember that story that leaked to the TMZ back in August? So this was in August 14th. Okay. Right after the premiere, a story popped up from nowhere on TMZ saying that Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, she felt kissing scene lingered too long, feels he fat shamed her. Remember that story when it first came out? Who do you think planted that story in TMZ? Anyone from Baldoni's team? I mean, seriously, this is what they do. So this allegedly, I mean, I'm guessing wildly here that it came from Leslie Sloan, Blake Lively's publicist, and they planted this right after the premiere. So this was just in the middle of that PR crisis that Blake Lively was experiencing. How did they deal with that? Try and push Blake Lively in a more positive light? No, they went out and tried to trash Baldoni instead. Exactly what they're accusing him of doing to her. The thing is with this post as well, people are now up in arms because they were like, oh my God, this is terrible. How could they do something like this? This is the evidence. Well, it's been out there the entire time. And the thing is, Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel have both been open that they had strategies in place, but they said they never had to use them because the backlash towards Blake Lively grew organically anyway. Blake Lively's team have all the same tools as Justin Baldoni has. They have a lot more money even. So you can imagine that they could actually do the same thing if they wanted to. And I'm sure they tried, but did it work? No, because the backlash towards Blake Lively was organic. And I think this even proves it more that it was organic. It said in the TMZ article that they leaked that we broke the story, TMZ. Cast and crew agree there's definitely bad blood between the It Ends With Us co-stars. But sources told us Justin is not the clear-cut villain, as some people who worked on the film are standing by him. And they continue to say that Blake Lively has told people there were multiple reasons Justin Baldoni made her feel uncomfortable on the set of It Ends With Us. So she had told a lot of people that, and then they went to TMZ. Where are all these people after she filed the lawsuit? There's no stories like this out there since she filed that lawsuit. So these people, are they people from the set or are they her publicist? Also keep in mind that Blake Lively hired Nick Shapiro, who's an ex-CIA guy. Why did she hire him? To do things more transparent and openly? No. And I'm guessing that he is, or his team is behind this post on Reddit. It's kind of full circle there, if you see what I mean. So his team, unless he's not really good at what he's doing, which it doesn't seem like, because if you read everything that's been happening in the press lately, he is not a very good guy at crisis management. Maybe she should hire Melissa Nathan if she's thinking she's so good that she could do this to her. I mean, I would love to see the contract that they wrote with Nick Shapiro. What was he promising them in that contract that he signed with Blake Lively's team? What is he doing? On this Reddit thread, there was a note attached saying that you can request to be approved to comment on guest list only posts. So this post of this old email is heavily reviewed, and it says if you're not a member of this community, your comment will be removed. I don't know what that community is. Maybe it's a pro Blake Lively community, but I feel like it's, if you don't allow everyone to comment, I think it's something fishy there. There's something a little bit suspicious about that. And there's a moderator for the comments. The only place we've seen moderator for comments are on like typical pro Blake Lively pages and things. So I mean, yeah, this is definitely the way I see it. I think this is definitely something that Blake Lively's team is behind for sure. Yes. So my point here is that these dirty games that they play behind closed doors, these PR agencies and crisis management teams, whatever, it's dirty. And I think that's one of the things that really surprised people and shocked people when this lawsuit was filed, that they were playing dirty. But you have to keep in mind, everyone is doing it. Don't say that Blake Lively's team hasn't been doing it. And you have to remember the pressure that Baldoni was under when this happened. And also keep in mind, he wasn't CC'd on this email. He probably didn't know anything about this. He didn't know that they were planning these strategies, untraceable strategies. But of course, it doesn't even say here that they're planning to post things to tear Blake Lively down. They're just saying that they want to control the situation. That could also be, you know, getting more positive feedback and more positive press around Baldoni. And as far as I can remember, he didn't get any negative press around this time. The only thing that he got that was negative was this story in TMZ that someone leaked. Okay, you guys, it's Sunday and I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful week, and I'm sure I'm going to see you hopefully every day. I'm sure there's more stuff coming out tomorrow. There was another filing on Friday, which is not that interesting, but it was Blake Lively pushing the judge even more, that she wants to see the finances of the Wayfarer for them to prove that they actually had $400 million in damages. So she wants access to their finances, basically. At the same time, they haven't showed any evidence yet, nothing to Baldoni's team of what they have acquired from them. So yeah, I don't know what the judge is going to do here now. I'm sure that he's a little annoyed, as it seemed with Brian Friedman, as he kind of like got a little furious with him last week after that letter that he sent him. And he said that this letter doesn't belong in my court, and he tossed it out. And he said he kind of threatened Brian Friedman a little bit there. So yeah. The saga continues, you guys, and here on Flawsome Talk, I am doing everything I can to keep you up to date every single day. So yes, thanks for watching, and keep sending me tips, you guys. You're amazing, you know that, and I couldn't do this show without you. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and hit the notification bell and all that good stuff, and I'll see you soon. Bye.